Goodbye. Good night.
Hello. This is the WrestleCollective Weekly Podcast. I am your host, Jordan Slickfair Carter. But of course, I am never here alone. I am here with the one, the only, the Grumpy Omega. How you doing today, man?
Man, I am ready for this show. My work's turned around. I'm feeling good, and I'm ready to talk. Ready to talk grass.
We're also joined by a friend of the show. Now, you may have seen him and I's face earlier today. He's going to be joining us, joining me again, but joining us for this fun conversation. We have Juice Springsteen.
Hello.
How you doing today, man?
Oh, things have really turned around for me today. What a great day.
It's a great day. We're also joined by our friend across the pond, Mr. Hannibal Scorch.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Oh, for God's sake, why didn't you tell me Juice is going to be on?
Now one of us got to go home and change.
Now somebody's got to go home and change.
It's not going to be me.
And you may have missed him. You've been clamoring for him. He's finally back. We're joined by the one, the only, the Advocate of Inokism. How you doing today, man?
Oh, hi! I didn't see you guys there. I missed that so much. Accept no invitation. I am the one, the only, the Advocate of Inokism, and I am happy to be back on the wrestle.
Good to have you back.
Oh,
I'm good to have you.
So happy to see all your faces. So beautiful. Hannibal so handsome. Juice with that amazing hat.
It's been too long since we've seen you. It's been too long since we've had you, man. Very glad to have you back. How's the hiatus? The family good? You okay? Is everything good in Inokism?
I just want to say hashtag thank you, Dev. You really, you stepped up, and I mean, you weren't able to carry the weight, but you tried your best and you dared greatly, and I appreciate that.
Would you dare say he couldn't carry the flame?
He's going to be a little brother to me. What's that, Slick?
Would you dare say he was carrying the flame?
Oh, no, I would not say that.
I can't believe we heard the same thing. We came up with the same joke.
I know.
2 minds, man.
Because we both need help. But yes, thank you guys for joining us today. This is WrestleCollective Weekly. We go live every Thursday, typically 30 minutes before, but we had a special start time today because we got a special guest today here with Juice, and then, of course, the return of Advocate. So today, it's a lot to talk about, fellas. We've got some Unreal news we can kind of break down and talk about. We got some predictions for this weekend's Redemption show, a new AEW pay-per-views that we can talk about, another 4 or 5 hour endeavor. And then, of course, we got a little something fun planned for the end of the show where we, if I could talk, are going to be ranking the worst title belt designs that you've ever seen. So, if you have a title design that we maybe don't have, or you want to nominate one, please put that in the comments. Yes, because as later we will be ranking the worst title designs. I can already tell you, I'm sorry. It's gonna, they have the longest history, so it's gonna be a lot of WWE belts, unfortunately. they've had like tons of.
There's gonna be a lot of NJPW belts on there. They have terrible belts. Very literally, they're gonna get that belt to ass put to them today by me.
So other than that, how have you guys been doing? It's been a wild, kind of interesting, I won't say wild, but it's been an interesting week in wrestling. We've had the media call just go off. Anything interesting tidbits for the media call that y'all saw?
Nope.
Grumpy.
Not me.
I have been.
Oh no, I heard Tay Mello's leaving.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that second. It breaks my heart. I don't know if the audience knows, but I'm half Brazilian. I've been a Tay Mello fan since forever because she's Brazilian. I just love her so much. I was so glad she was back. I was hoping that she would get a big push. It didn't pan out that way. It really breaks my heart. But you know what? I want the best for her. Whatever's going to make her happy, I would support her. So.
Is it rude of me to ask you, Grumpy, which side?
Oh, my mother.
The left side or the right side?
The backside.
That's funny. That is funny. Got him. But typically we would do this week in wrestling history. So we don't have that, as it's been a hasty return for Advocate.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. And then we have another Advocate of Inokism here. Who's on mute?
Well, Bizarro version.
Yeah.
One chance for a big entrance. He leaves himself on mute.
Well, Inoki's trying to hijack me, brother. I'm the advocate of ism. And as we can see, the advocate of Inokism doesn't want to do his job. He gets a 6-month vacation and then he comes back. It's like, business as usual. I can post.
Now I know where the term "accept no imitations" came from.
Listen, I'm not an imitation. I'm an upgrade.
Has it gotten so bad for LA Knight that he's got people trying to steal my gimmick?
Is this
never get that Roman match? Let it go.
I just want to know who's El Grande and who's El Original.
I'm clearly the baby face.
Yeah. What?
I mean, just look at that. You stole my mask.
Listen, I didn't steal your mask. You stole another man's mask from like the 60s or the 70s. Let's be so.
I didn't mean to.
Look at these glasses. Look at these Ray-Bans. Look at this chain that I got from Groupon. This is so babyface.
I don't know what's more hilarious. The fact that you called yourself the advocate of yaism, or that you actually found the exact mask.
Listen,
it
wasn't hard to find.
The exact mask. Because see, me, I would just type in lucha mask, black and yellow lucha mask, and I would be scrolling for hours. You dedicatedly found the exact mask. If anything,
Etsy is a great place for lucha masks and Etsy witches that apparently aren't as good at cursing things as Danhausen.
We're gonna have to have a showdown here on Collective Weekly one of these days. We're gonna have to figure out who the real advocate of Inokism is.
Me versus the advocate of yaism.
Yeah.
We're going to pretend Chad Gable that we don't know that it's Big Graps.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, we're pretending because it's not Big Grap. Who?
It's not. Listen, I don't know what you mean by pretend, but oh shit, there go my glasses.
Oh my god, bro, Jesus.
This has been great. We've been building towards
the baby face in this situation. I'm gonna go ahead, take my leave, give the man his spotlight for his return.
Too many masks.
Not enough masks. Where's James?
There was too many hats earlier.
Where's James Mysterio when you need him? But as a baby face, I'm gonna take my leave. Let the man have his shine. But I'm coming back for you. I'm coming back for you, you dirty motherfucker.
We're having a Questus match. All right, it's booked. It's booked. Oh man. Well, this has been a great start to the episode, but let's kind of get things going. We're going to get right into the meat and potatoes of some of this. And one of the first things that I wanted to talk about and see what you guys thought And that's some of this Unreal stuff. Andrew and I talked about it earlier. He's very matter of fact about it. I love his takes on it. Unreal is entertainment. It's not real. But, if you ask me on a deeper level, I think there's reasons why as this stuff comes out at the timing of which it comes out. And so it was said that Bron Breakker was going to be winning supposed to be slated to win the Royal Rumble. Now, granted, hindsight being 2020, he got injured. They went with Roman. Great choice, great decision there. But they didn't want to do it in fear of him being pushed down fans' throats, and that's something I kind of want to stick on there because I want to know when do we know when it's too far? How do you know when somebody's getting pushed down our throats? Because I brought up earlier on No Dirt Danhausen, right? And I understand Danhausen cash cow, he makes a bunch of money, but he's kind of being he's everywhere, right? And wouldn't someone could not me, I'm not saying me, playing devil's advocate here, but someone could say like maybe he's being shoved down our throats, or maybe I think this is kind of crazy. It's really playing devil's advocate here. Some people could say even Obafemi is being shoved down people's throats and things like that. Juice, I want to go to you since you're our esteemed guest. What did you think of the comments? What do you think about Bron Breakker's kind of start and stop push and where he is now?
I also, I don't know necessarily if the term like push down their throats is the best way to look at it. When I look at it the other way of like a guy like LA Knight, where maybe like they just don't feel comfortable pulling the trigger on the biggest moment for that guy yet. And LA Knight's case, he can still be over like Rover, regardless of winning world titles or winning big matches or whatever. He's still over. He's going to be in some weird, bizarre 6-man tag at SummerSlam. So, it is what it is, but he's still going to be over. Bron Breakker, the injury, of course, kind of derailed him, but there was also a point in that show where Triple H was like, look, I don't want you to just be portrayed as the next Steiner, like be your own guy in a sense. And to me, I'm like, well, part of his allure is that he's the son of Rick Steiner, and he wrestles like the Steiners, and he talks like Scott Steiner, and it's all perfect. And when you lean into stuff which they have before of like Randy Orton, third generation guy and all, like they've done that before. Why not this? Now, I made the joke earlier, or like maybe yesterday on Twitter, that Triple H has post-traumatic Steiner disorder because of his Scott Steiner feud from 2003 and how that all turned out. But nevertheless, I do find just the whole show interesting. I also find that it's to show the behind the scenes or whatever. It actually gives more credence. Like more fans, I think, will find more people that they like in their stories based on how they're treated on Unreal than WWE actually puts out on their main programming. Like I feel way better about Bron Breakker if I'm a fan watching that show. I feel sympathy for him when on the show he's an athletic guy and it's incredible, but like they don't present him in a way like that, and it's just weird because he's not going to be a babyface anytime soon. So it's just an interesting dynamic. I mean, people call it, the new kayfabe. Blur the lines, showing you everything. It also just shows that WWE still has problems agreeing on things 100%. There's always, what about this? And for the last year and a half, maybe 2 years, Mania 41 maybe was the end of that, or maybe the heel turn of Cena. It's been kind of a rough slog. So I'd like to see him get back on the right track, but who knows? I mean, Mania's in Saudi. I think anything can happen there. So we'll see.
Yeah. Hannibal, because you looked like you had something to add to this.
First of all, I watched 2 episodes of WWE Unreal when it first came out and realized this show is not for me. I agree with a lot of what Drew said, but also disagree at the same time, because I think so first of all, to answer the question about when someone is pushed down your throat, Roman Reigns back in 2014.
Oh my God!
That's when you do that. It's when you are constant, like
when you get the Rock in the ring trying to push it.
Right. It's when you are doing you're going against the crowd more than anything else. That to me, yeah. It's when the crowd are clearly making it known they don't like this, they don't want to see it, and yet you carry on that path because you believe that you know better, and if you keep pushing that agenda, eventually they're going to get on board, which obviously didn't happen. The fact, as you said there, Jason, the Rock got booed then because of it, incredible.
And that's more, and that's, sorry to interrupt, but that's even more times than not with Roman too, where how many times, and it's with a good guy, only now, after when there were no fans and they gave him Paul Heyman and he became this incredible heel, did people really start to love him, which is funny, because as a babyface, they beach ball mania. How many times did they try to crown him and people hated it?
I didn't get on board with Roman until the Bloodline, and unfortunately it went on so long that it went back around to where I felt the same way that I did before with him. But
at least he's a heel, though, now, so you could hate him.
But when it started, like, it did feel like a breath of fresh air. For the first time, it felt like he was getting a push that he deserved, and it felt a bit more natural. I guess that's the thing. What I don't like about Unreal is, they're showing you the behind the scenes, and you're learning a bit more about these characters and maybe some of their struggles. But you've also got to remember that they are showing you what they want you to see. And I don't believe for a second that a lot of what we actually see on that show is legit. I think a lot of it is staged. So they've already had the conversation, had the discussion. Now they're going to film it for the cameras. Do you know what I mean?
And edited how they want it to.
And it is how they want it. So that's my kind of problem. Yeah. And look, I used to work in reality TV, so I know how this stuff works, right? I'm not stupid to it. But I think the problem is that I think sometimes it feels that the audience is made to feel a bit stupid because of how they present it. And the thing is, if you don't know, if you take reality TV at face value, you're not going to second guess it. You're not going to think about it. You're going to think, this is what's really going on, and it's not. So it's how I always feel about propaganda pieces in general. It's why, watching the Monday Night Wars DVD when that came out, and Juice, I know that must have hurt you as well. Hearing the WWE version of what happened in 96, up to 2000. Like,
when you win, you can dictate what happens. When no one other than Eric Bischoff, who, even though I like him, he can be over the top and people don't buy what he says based on history. So if he's the only guy, especially since a lot of these guys aren't around anymore, when he's the only guy that can defend WCW, there's no way the majority is going to believe him. And that's just how it is. So if WWE wants to edit a show and then present it as this is behind the scenes, there's no other way for us to do anything but believe it. And then you can kind of be like, well, I don't know if that was really the case.
And here's the final thing that I'll say on this as well, is that wrestling, as we've always said, is like a niche, right? It's a niche within a niche. And Unreal is a niche within a niche within a niche. Because, I'm sure that, there is a chunk of the WWE audience who watches on a weekly basis will also tune into Unreal, but not everyone will do. So therefore, trying to set up people on that show in order to kind of get a bit more sympathy and get better crowd reactions later on doesn't really work because not everyone's going to be in on it. So I feel that it's not the right way.
Yeah, because I'm lost. I don't watch Unreal. I have no interest in watching Unreal. I have no interest in. I don't want to see how the sausage is made. I don't.
And then host the segment on a podcast talking about Unreal and how terrible.
Right. I know. The fallacy. Man is only fallible. I'm sorry. But no, I'm not because the reality of it all is not what gets me, right? It's the fantasy, it's the devoid of logic parts of wrestling that I really enjoy. Grumpy, again, you're a guy who's kind of you're not the biggest WWE guy, but I know you like Bron. You liked what you've seen coming from Bron, right? And so how does this make you feel hearing this?
Juice was talking about leaning into the history of the Steiners, and I do remember watching Bron give a Scott Steiner style match promo, and he nailed it. It was hilarious. I laughed my ass off. I thought it was entertaining. He obviously can talk on the mic. He obviously can go in the ring. why this whole we didn't want to over push him. No, he's awesome. The fans love watching him. He's awesome. And the thing about this Unreal show, and the same thing, I feel the same way about the AEW All Access show. I'm gonna be fair across the board. It's reality television. Reality television is the most edited, whitewashed, money laundered version of reality that there possibly could be. It's the Kardashians, and Triple H wants to be the Kim. That's all I can ever like relate it to. When I hear reality television, I hear Kardashians, and I get the 1,000-yard stare and I tune out.
Bruce Pritchard is such a Chloe for real.
So at first, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the sense that I got. They were getting a lot of heat about bad booking. Then they went on this Unreal show and they made Michael Hayes look like a doofus with all the bad ideas, and that's the reason the booking was bad. Then it came around where they were getting criticized about the bad booking again, and then they heaped all the heat on Road Dogg, who did not deserve it. And now that we've come around again and people are wondering what happened to Bron Breakker, now they're going to say, oh, we did it for the fans. We didn't want you to get tired of him. We're saving him for something special. Come on. This Unreal show is just a reason to make excuses for bad booking. And AEW All Access.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, to be fair, AEW All Access was just as bad. When Thunder Rosa got injured, they made Britt look like a villain for saying, oh, fuck her. She doesn't show up for work injured. She doesn't have the drive. Shut up. Thunder Rosa could kick your ass 6 ways from Sunday with both arms tied behind her back and one broken leg. So, Britt Baker, who has 3 moves to her repertoire and can't wrestle her way out of a paper bag, is talking about Thunder Rosa. Shut your mouth. So all these behind-the-scenes all-access shows, they're fake, they're scripted. They're even more scripted than what's going on in the ring and on the actual wrestling show.
But I think that it's used as a vehicle to get people who are on like Netflix to be also into wrestling.
They tried that with the Total Divas show, and with the Total Divas
it was a
show,
success.
That was entertaining because they had personalities, they interacted, and they went and like out and did stuff. It wasn't just watching guys in the writing room making bad decisions. That's not entertaining. That's not compelling.
I thought the same as you, Grumpy, but my wife at the time, well, I mean, she's still my wife, but what I mean is at the time it was going on live.
I was about to say,
breaking news, she finally saw sense. When Total Divas first came out, she was massively into the Kardashians. And so she's watching E! all the time. And I'm like, oh, there's a wrestling show coming out. Maybe finally we're going to be able to get you into wrestling. And like she watched like 10 minutes of it. She's like, nah. And she was a Kardashian fan. Do you know what I mean? So it might have converted some people. And I think what they're doing here, I mean, number one, it's extra content for Netflix. It's also very cheap content for Netflix, right, as well. Mm-hmm. So it's just throwaway like guff. But if that translates into, a portion of that audience giving Raw a watch or whatever, then it's done its job. I question it though, because if you look at the ratings from when WWE started on Netflix to now, and the fact that we're into season 3 of Unreal, the ratings have only gone in one direction. So, is it that they've lost some fans, but they've gained some new ones because of this show? Or is it that the only people that are watching this show are already tuning into the product? So it's not actually, it's a net zero rather than a net positive or negative.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I had net zero dial-up back in the day. That was garbage.
You remember when you had to get the disc and put it in to get internet?
And I had dial-up, so and you couldn't be on the phone at the same time.
Oh yeah,
man, you pick up the phone and get an earful of like.
I wanted to say one more quick thing though.
Please.
And it's not as if AEW wouldn't do the same thing. Like, or any wrestling company really do the same thing with an edited kind of show like this, but like WWE at least from what I've seen, not that they hate it, but they really don't like when they try to push something and it doesn't happen. And then the fans like something that they kind of neglected, and then they have to lean into it. Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, they turn it into something, because they're like, wow, people really like this. So when people really like Braun, but he's a heel, they don't know what the hell to do. They're not going to make him a babyface because they think there's more money in him being a heel. And then they stymie his growth and all this momentum. But then you watch the show Unreal, and now it's like, well, maybe fans are going to rally around this guy no matter what, and they're going to be rooting for him no matter what. When he first came in, people were doing that the dog thing and all these.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin's back. Bring back the Wolf Dogs. That was a good team. I like that team NXT. Come on,
Enzo and Cass is on the way back. So I mean, go back in that bag of nostalgia.
Real on that. So like, what's real on the Unreal is that they are trying to push Bron Breakker. Like that's what this is. That's what this is. Like, oh, his push is this show. They want exactly what Juice said. They want the fans to get behind him. I wanted to say, it's reality TV. Nico Landria broke up, so none of it's real.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
Love Island fan in here.
But I see those two all over my Twitter every day.
Too bad. I thought we were going to bond on Love Island, but I guess
another bombshell arrived in the village.
I was like, that what's her name? Olanda, she was cute. So I was like, I got girls like that on there.
Yeah.
I like Soul. Soul was pretty
Soul should have been on there, but Sincere is a piece of work. Let's not get started on that.
But
I can't talk too much because
you want to talk about natural heels.
But Advocate, I do want to go with you on this one because I want to start off with the next thing, and that is we are getting WWE Radio, which was formerly known as Busted Open. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it was Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, and it's not going to be called that anymore.
It's not going to be called that anymore. So SiriusXM is getting a WWE channel, plain and simple. Just pure as that. Talked about it earlier again on No Dirt Just Dialogue, live every other Thursday. I get it. I understand it. I don't hate the move. I'm going to be honest. I don't hate the move. I mean, if you're WWE, if you're anybody, I said it earlier, if you're a Fortune 500 company, you want to control the narrative about what's being said about you. And the best way to control the narrative is to be the narrative, to say, I am, it comes directly from the horse's mouth. I think there's a lot of benefits to this, because Andrew told me, right? Say you're an overnight worker like myself and you can't really watch a pay-per-view, but you can have it in your ear. You can listen to the play-by-play. Now, I believe wrestling's better as a visual medium, but for those who also, like me, suffer from a little bit of FOMO and kind of just at least still want to be a part of that moment, I think it's an all right thing. Another thing we also have to break down and think about, the Undertaker podcast, the Stephanie McMahon podcast. I'm pretty sure AJ Styles podcast too, or he'll have a talk show or something like that on. All of these already WWE branded entities now have a home, now have a centralized place to go to. So, Advocate.
Does Stone Cold still do the Broken Skull session?
Broken Skull? I don't believe so. No. Like,
might start it again though. Now that WWE got their own radio station,
probably.
So what do you think?
I think they're going to start selling CB radios as well. Try to get people listening, the truck drivers.
Yeah, got to get a ham radio.
I heard that they're buying a newspaper. They want to make sure that the readers, they want to get them. No, I mean, I think it's a smart business move, and also what you're doing is you are pushing out the ability for your competition to be talked about. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, if you own the radio station, then these companies aren't going to, these shows aren't going to be talking about your competition. They're only going to be talking about you. And this traditionally is one of the ways that WWE has always tried. Like, this is an old tactic. If they've tried to control, like, oh, if you don't know what the NWA is, then you're not going to want to check it out. If we control what's in your magazine, if we control what's on your Saturday morning TV or your wrestling radio show.
Yet they'll put on Survivor Series to counter program Starrcade, and then they kind of acknowledge NWA without acknowledging NWA.
Mm-hmm. This is exactly it. So
they've been doing it for 40 years. That type of thing has always been around. It's really nothing new. I just kind of wish they would have made their own radio station separate from Pro Wrestling Nation. Couldn't we just do that? Or do we have to monopolize one?
You just spoke on it, because then Pro Wrestling Nation can talk about things that aren't WWE.
And they're popular, and they already did that. They've talked about WWE. And they, like I brought up earlier today, like they had the Cody Crybabies thing. Like they were really kind of invested heavily. Again, it's not like WWE is not the number one company. They've always been doing these types of things, catering to what is there. But once there is an AEW, or before when there was a TNA, but there wasn't like Busted Open, whenever there's other things to talk about, other fans will want to tune in to hear your perspective, because they've only heard your perspective on WWE. So now it's like the odds are you're probably only going to hear them talk about WWE, and it's kind of frustrating considering they talked about everything before. So, and I know maybe not as much, but still, it was something.
I mean, I think Fight Nation turned into a joke when they decided that they were going to do an AEW Dynamite post show hosted by Bubba Ray Dudley, who always had like the worst opinions about AEW anyway. Like, it was weird. But I think the problem is, from my perspective, is that you've taken a show you've taken a station, whatever, which used to be able to talk about different wrestling companies. And Juice, you're right. You know, the majority of the content was WWE, but they could talk about AEW. They would have wrestlers come on. They would have Tony Khan come on from, occasion when they were in with each other. But it was an outlet for Carlos Silva. Okay, Carlos Silva will still be able to go on there after this move. But do you know what I mean? It felt like it was more of an open forum than a propaganda outlet, which is what it's going to be now. Like, they're not going to be able to talk about the court cases. They're not going to be able to talk about, All in Wembley. They're not going to be able to talk about, what's going on in New Japan or CMLL, because they're not associated. So you've taken something which had the opportunity to be able to be open and be able to talk about different wrestling companies and actually be a wrestling outlet into being a pure WWE propaganda outfit. And Slick, to your point about the play-by-play and, wrestling is really a visual medium. Yeah, we'll tell that to Stevie Wonder. Okay, see how that goes down for you. But the thing is,
by the way, is dropping a new album.
Him and Paul Gordon this year? What an amazing year.
Maybe it'll sell out more copies than Pat McAfee.
We're not going to go to that.
Stevie Wonder can see. Don't believe the hype.
But with the play-by-play...
It's a work.
It's a work. But with the play-by-play stuff, I really don't get it, because there are times when I have got wrestling on and I've got to leave the room or want to go and get myself a snack and I'm not going to pause it, and I'll be hearing it. So why? Like, I don't understand what the difference is to just put it on YouTube and stick it in the earbud in or whatever.
We had a comment on the screen from Abel a second ago about who's going to sit and listen to radio. And I was thinking the same thing that he said. How much content can you really get out of this? Can you really get 7 days a week out of this? There's got to be a point where you run out of stuff and it's not interesting anymore.
Mondays we'll do a pre-show and post-show of Raw, along with a podcast. Tuesday we'll just have like
Tuesdays where they talk about
and it's Tuesdays. Wednesdays will be like the Taker podcast day or AAA day. Trust they will find the kind. Dude, they made Legends House. Do you remember Legends House?
Unfortunately,
yeah, it was amazing.
Loved that show. It was a great show.
Well, I love
the WWE Network original content.
When the podcasts end for the night and you're waiting for the next day to start, are they just going to play WWE theme songs overnight for hours at a time?
That'd be kind of hype.
I see where you're going with this because it is a radio station.
Don't give them the good ideas.
but to your point about like the content, you've got to remember as well that as much as, and I was having this conversation with somebody earlier, thing is, yeah, it's radio. Who listens to radio? Well, there's obviously still like a large audience for radio, but more importantly, you know, a lot of these radio shows, and Busted Open is a classic example, they're not just a radio show, they also film the episode as well. They'll put clips out on YouTube and they'll put clips out on social media. And I think if you have one of the highest subscriptions, you can watch the whole video of the show. But my point is, it's not just people in their cars or people walking to work that listen to the radio. It's also people that are on social media that see these clips, see LaGreca crash out, see Bubba Ray Dudley suggest that Moxley should slap his wife to make himself more of a heel. You know, all of this kind of stuff. So
that's a Bubba idea if I've ever heard one.
Oh, it's a Bubba idea, all right. But that's the
wait,
thing.
Wait. He actually said that? He said John should slap Renee?
This was in the kind of like the middle of the Death Riders. So this was even before All In last year. And he said he should like physically assault her. And he said that's how you get heat. And this is why he's not allowed to book stuff.
Well, you got to remember, he's the guy that put Dixie Carter through a table. He put Mae Young through a table.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't think Bubba Ray's above domestic violence, and
especially for some cheap heat, for sure.
Yeah. I can confidently say that because he has me blocked, so fuck him.
Yeah. But my point is that, you know, it's not just the radio side of things as well. It is the social media, and you've taken something that was supposed to be a bit agnostic, and you are now making it another propaganda tool. And that's why I think it's problematic. Look, they weren't good at being like an open church, because like Juice said, you know, what gets you the most interest, what gets you the highest ratings? But they never really had like an AEW show. They never really had a Japan show or a Mexican show.
That's all they like needed was, you don't have to talk about AEW the whole time. Like, we get it. WWE is number one, but you could absolutely carve out an hour or two to talk about everybody else. Something.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that hard.
Show, whatever.
It's 24/7. You got plenty of time to fill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you guys think there are any chance or any possibility that AEW will, because we talked about this earlier on, do you guys think that AEW will make their own kind of podcast network or do something kind of similar?
You're doing that on my AEW, no?
Yeah, they're already starting that. It just depends on who they want to bring in. They've been doing this thing with Twitch streamers. I mean, they're dipping their toes in the, let's have other people promote us, but like they got to keep going to figure out what's best. Because I think there's plenty of people. I've been talking about this all day. There's so many opportunities. If Busted Open or if Pro Wrestling Nation is now just WWE, that opens up so many avenues for anybody to be discussing AEW or anybody else. So take it while it's there.
But the thing is, this is the other reason why, because I think, Jordan, you asked the question, you know, couldn't WWE have just done this themselves? Yeah, of course they could have. But if you are buying into something that's existing, you have an audience from day one. It's like if you bought Mr. Beast's YouTube channel. You know, you pay, you know, Mr. Beast wanted to get out of the YouTube game and someone bought his YouTube channel. His subscribers are going to be there. Your job is to keep those subscribers, as many as you can, but you are starting from day one with an inbuilt audience before you put any content out. So that's the reason why you buy something like this. What I don't understand.
Paid.
Right, and WWE has 60 plus years of an audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But they have such a long history of audience. It's not even just like a little bit of a chunk. They've been the stalwart forever. And to your point earlier, Hannibal, they already took out WCW. Like, they've already grabbed as many different people that they have been able to over the course of the last 50 plus years. So now it's like, well, let's just take it all if we can.
But AEW had already a series of podcasts, right? And they all ended. So it was really weird. Like at the beginning of this year, like unscripted. No, what was it called? Uncensored. AEW Uncensored. Was that what it was called?
Uncensored.
I can't remember. Yeah, and then there was AEW Bash at the Beach. That was another one. No, I'm joking. But they had a few different AEW podcasts that they used to put out on, podcast platforms, but also YouTube videos as well. And then they've all ended this year. And in my AEW launch, it's like, the AEW podcast network coming soon. And I'm like, but you've cancelled everything. So what is that going to look like? What's that going to be? And so far, we haven't seen anything. But, podcasts are good and podcasts are great, but it's hard to build an audience. Again, WWE have now bought something that already has an existing audience that have that station locked in, ready to listen to whenever there's content on there. So they're going to start from day one with an inbuilt audience. It's smart business, but again, from a wrestling fan's point of view, it's now another outlet which is not going to feature any other wrestling except those owned by TKO.
Does this feel like maybe, because I'm kind of getting what you guys are saying, does this feel like maybe an overreach? Like, because I don't think anybody likes a monopoly. I don't think anybody likes total control.
People who own
I like playing Monopoly.
I would love playing Monopoly, right? But I don't think anybody actually likes a monopoly, right?
Other than the people who own them.
So, and I'm not saying that WWE is a monopoly or going towards that way. I'm not inferring that at all. But like, this is kind of another one of those things where they're just stretching out and kind of taking it all. And granted, you should want it all. You should want it all. But as a fan, and I'll ask you guys this, not as people who cover wrestling, as a fan, does this feel like maybe an overreach? Like, does this feel like, oh man, WWE, y'all kind of doing too much? Like, what if I was a Busted Open day one listener? Wouldn't you feel a little weird that now all of a sudden, the guys that LaGreca, Thunder Rosa, Tommy Dreamer, so on and so forth, Gabby the Speechless, but she left a while ago. It's now all of a sudden getting moved to the side and getting taken over by WWE Radio. Do you feel like maybe this is a little bit of an overreach as a fan? Juice, I'll start with you. Like, as a fan, like, again, not a person who covers this, as a fan, if you were like, does this feel like maybe WWE is doing a little bit too much?
I don't know. I don't know if it's too much. Like, again, what is too much? They've already taken personally, you asked me, and they've already taken what I grew up on, the first wrestling company I ever saw live, everything. They've taken everything. And then not only that, buried it with multiple DVDs, saying, everything wasn't as good as it was. So like, at a point though, it is what it is. Like, I don't care. What am I supposed to do? Like, get mad at WWE? Like, I am not, like, I support people. Like, I am friends with, like, pretty much everybody, right? But I can only go based off what has been done to me. Like, some people might not talk to other people, but that other person was really nice to me, so I'll talk to them. So, like, in this regard, it's WWE has brought me a lot of great moments and memories and a lot of stuff too. So, like, I'm not gonna boycott it. Like, but if other people feel that way, then they can feel that way. So whenever I see moves like this being made, like I said, I wish it would have been something different. Like, make your own thing instead of kind of absorbing what was already there. But I'm also not shocked, but it doesn't affect me in a way to where I'm like, oh my God, how dare they? Yeah. And I got my mentor, Justin LeBar, works for Busted Open, and I feel like this is a great gig and more power to him. Like, I couldn't be more thrilled that he's having the opportunities to talk on a major platform and to do all these types of things. Like, I interned with him. I was on Share Shot Reality with him. Like, he gets to do all this amazing stuff. So, like, I'm not going to hate on that. Like, that's just it. It is what it is. Like, because I love AEW too. That's why my whole stance on this has been really, let's make a positive out of this. Why can't more people just go out and talk about New Japan or TNA or AEW or anything else if you really want to? Sitting back and being mad that WWE did this really just proves their point that they are the only thing in town. Show other people that there are other options, and people will eventually get to it. Like, that's why AEW was created. That's why TNA was created. If you watch the Dark Side of the Ring, it's an alternative for the sake of just providing an option. It's not that WWE is always bad, but man, boy, do things get a lot better seemingly when AEW goes up. WWE's got to catch up, or vice versa. Competition's good. That's what Nitro did.
I love the way you put that, because do I prefer McDonald's over Burger King? Yes, I do.
I mean,
but every now and then, I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting that Bacon King from Burger King. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting them chicken fries
in like 15 years. I was like, do they still have them?
You guys are filled with In-N-Outs, so
the flame grilled Whopper is the best fast food burger.
Bacon King, but or honestly, Culver's got a pretty damn good burger too. You know, that's pretty damn.
Y'all ever had that Baconator from Wendy's? Oh
my God, what?
It's like crack on a bun.
I get the big boy too. No son of Baconator for me.
No. I'm getting the double stack, bro. I want to feel it in my heart.
I eat beans on toast. So I eat the Impossible Whopper. It's all right. It's good. I like the Impossible Whopper. I think the problem is that is it too much? Kinda, but at the same time, this has been the business model since TKO took over, more so than when Vince was in charge, which is, to eliminate, reduce the oxygen supply in the area, because whatever happens with the Paramount deal, whether it goes through, whether it doesn't, whether AEW get kept or they don't, it doesn't matter. The fact is that if AEW want to turn around and go, right, let's look who else is out there, there's very few options, because WWE have done a good job of going, we want a piece here, we want a piece over there, we're going to have a piece there as well. So you're kind of like trying to, make the opportunity space for AEW smaller. So it's just another example of that. I think it's a shame that it's happened, but it's happened, and you've got to figure it out. The only problem, to what Juice was saying, alternatives are great in anything, right? But you've got to find this stuff. You've got to know where this stuff is. If potentially the biggest outlet for like wrestling news is now, been taken over by the biggest company in town, it does feel like a bit of a monopoly. It's just unfortunate. It is what it is. It just makes their job, and TNA and MLW and GCW, their job's a bit harder, because the less places that they will be talked about, where they will be represented in any kind of way, it reduces the knowledge they exist. So, it's unfortunate, but that's where we are.
You can't kill pro wrestling. They've tried, but it's like it will always find a way. Just like when they killed WCW, they thought it was over. They had one, but out of the death of WCW and ECW, ROH and TNA sprung, and when they swatted them down, something else came up. And I just want to say that's their loss. There's money to be made talking about AEW. There's money to be made talking about New Japan. I am on YouTube a lot, and there are so many channels. It's like, once they start talking about AEW, who had been struggling, you see their views go up, from like thousands. And it's because the AEW audience is hungry to like talk about their show and the stuff that they want to see. And if Busted Open Radio or WWE Radio or whatever it's called doesn't want to cater to that audience, somebody else will. And it's going to survive. Feels like that speech from Independence Day. You will not go quietly into the night.
Great movie. Terrible sequel. But I mean, well, like I said, I think overall, WWE Radio is a net positive for WWE and WWE fans. Is it a net positive for wrestling? Probably not. But WWE doesn't need to care about the state of wrestling. They've never positioned themselves to be so. So, you know, it's you know, it is what it is. Good luck to those who will take the jobs at WWE Radio. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen. Personally, really quickly as we end this subject, what is something you guys would least like to see out of WWE Radio? Me, I would like to see give me an old timer segment. Give me something where the old timers can come on here and talk. Maybe share some stories or something like that.
They did the Legends Roundtable for way back. This is really dating myself back to WWE 24/7. That was the on-demand service that you got one old school pay-per-view a month, and then as soon as the month ended, see you, pal. You better have recorded that shit on VHS, otherwise you're never seeing it again. And they had the Legends Roundtable where you get whoever from the territory days or whatever, and they would talk about all these stories but intermixed clips. I think you could accomplish something similar to that. I mean, Conrad has a whole network based off of old wrestler stories. You don't think they could tap into something like that?
I would love that.
Outside of that, I kind of do like the listen to the audio version because you get Vic Joseph and Booker T on commentary. If you don't like Michael Cole, if you don't like Corey Graves, which I don't know how you could not like Corey Graves, if you don't like whatever, you get an alternate view and listening point from those guys. Back in the day, Radio WWF, they had Gorilla Monsoon and Jim Ross doing a few of those pay-per-views in 93 and 94, and you had the alternative commentaries. Shout out OSW Review for kind of putting a spotlight on that. And you can get a whole nother perspective. And I always found it fascinating. Like, you listen to baseball on the radio, sometimes people say that's the best. But listening to wrestling on the radio, like, they really got to be imaginative with the story. Like, I feel like Gordon Soley would have been an amazing radio host for pro wrestling. So I don't know. I'm interested, but
it's and Vic Joseph doing it.
I also, and Vic brought up, like, if you thought Booker T was crazy, like, on TV, I wonder, is there like a requirement on, like, is it TV 14? Can they say whatever they want because it's satellite radio? Can you imagine if they just start going crazy and just saying some wild stuff on this? I just don't know.
That's a good question because, they are on satellite radio.
I'm just going to be hesitant to make too many assumptions when it hasn't happened yet. Like, maybe they will talk about some other stuff. Maybe they won't. Maybe the stuff that they do produce is a little bit better. Here's what I could only hope for. Be authentic. Be critical if something sucks. That's all. Don't be afraid of the bosses cutting your ass off the show if you feel like something sucks. And don't, be honest. That's all I can really ask for at the end of the day. Because otherwise, you're going to get positive WWE content 24/7. It's not that easy. When they produce Unreal, not all of it's positive. So let's hear from the hosts as well. But that's just me.
Advocate, what's something that you could possibly hope out of this WWE Radio?
I would like to see. I like the idea earlier of you have like a nighttime show where you play pro wrestling theme songs.
I agree with that.
I'm good on old man wrestler podcasts. There's so many of them. I think a lot of those will probably migrate over to the WWE network, like Booker T and whoever else still has. There's so many of them. Too many. So I probably wouldn't listen to that. But yeah, if you put old theme songs on there, I would love if they did like radio shows where they broke down like a specific aspect of like a story. You know what I mean? Like, how did this thing come together? Like, Juice, what was the hotel with the pool that WCW used?
Viva La something.
No, Club La Vela.
Club La Vela. I would love to know like how the mechanics of getting a wrestling show in that club worked. You know what I mean? Like, I'd love to hear from like the hotel manager and being like, oh yeah, like this Bruce Pritchard guy called me, or whoever it was at the time, probably not Bruce Pritchard, but
I mean, I feel like in a way they like maybe this wouldn't work because it's different in an audio medium straight up because normally you have clips accompanying it. But couldn't they, in theory, if I'm nuts, then I'm nuts, but whatever. Couldn't they, in theory, just like play the audio from like a documentary DVD and like just have that over the air? Would it play the same, or would you really need the context of that?
I couldn't. I don't think I could listen to the Ultimate Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior without visuals.
It can probably work sometimes, but I feel like in documentaries, like there are visual signifiers that you're not going to have where somebody's talking and they're showing you a visual to give you context. But
give me an audio book part of the channel where you listen to I don't know, whoever's new book that came out, and then it's just via audio for 3 hours. And what are they going to cover in the middle of the night? That was my question with Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 to begin with. What the hell's doing this stuff?
You know what they're going to do? They're just going to play It's Just Me, Oos, for 8 hours.
We'll run it back.
Run it back. Like a 6-hour program loop, and they'll just play it 4 times.
I'm sure. But, moving forward, and as before we move forward, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Say thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, subscribing. As you guys know,
one on the radio show.
Oh yeah, before
I've been waiting for my turn.
I know. I was like, bro, I can see
very patient co-host.
I'll tell you what. My favorite type of podcast are history podcasts. I listen to them all the time. I would love, and they have, if they really wanted to, WWE in its various iterations goes back 73 years. They now own AAA. That goes back decades. They bought WCW. Technically, they could talk about WCW going even back to Jim Crockett Promotions. They're partnered with TNA. Why not spread out and talk about TNA? Talk about how TNA gave them a run for the money and forced them to get better. If they can step outside, if they can be smart, step outside of their bubble, they have decades across promotions of stories they could tell. Put together an actual history podcast every week or twice a week. You do an hour-long show that covers the history of a topic, and I would tune into that. I love history. I don't want to sit and watch some douche talk about what he thinks about the what's going on today or this week. I do a show already that I talk about what's going on.
I was gonna say we're all right here, man. Embrace it.
I get my fill. So I don't need somebody else's opinion about what's going on right now because I watch the show and I have my own opinions. I don't need somebody telling me how I should feel. But I want to learn history. I can sit and listen to history podcasts forever. Tell me the history. You bought WCW. You own them. It's fine. They're gone now. You bought AAA. They're going strong. Tell their history. Get people invested in it. You're partnering with TNA. Get people invested in TNA. You want them to be stronger. You want them to do better. Don't be afraid to promote these other. You have so much history. That's all I'm saying. But don't let that history go to waste.
The problem is, though, Grumpy, is that like you are completely right. But as me and Juice talked about earlier, the problem is that in history, when WWE have done this stuff before, it's always been what they want you to hear.
Yeah.
It's not. It's their version of history rather than what you want is somebody more independent. What I like about Dark Side of the Ring is because other than, if you're trying to get certain talking heads, you're kind of running that as an independent. You're not really, doing it for the benefit of any company in particular or any, personalities in particular. So you're able to be a bit more down the middle, whilst WWE has always skewed more to what makes them look good, what makes them sound good. And that's the only kind of problem that I can see with that. But I like the idea.
That is a hurdle we'd have to get over. They'd have to be willing to get a little dirt on their hands, get a little dirty. Yeah. And there's plenty of feel-good stories that they could do a show around. But every once in a while, you're going to have to say, hey, we did this. It's part of our history. We own it. And it's not like they're going to be talking bad about themselves every day of the week. Do it once a week. Put it on like a Sunday night when nobody's listening. I would download that and listen to it. Like I said, I love history. So,
Jordan, I think you said, what would you not want to hear on WWE radio? So I've got a show idea which I would not want to hear. in conversation with Vince McMahon.
All righty then. Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about VKM. So,
That Vince McMahon,
unless you watch Raw or
though,
SmackDown, because he's probably coming back.
I watched that Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix. I was watching for the train wreck, but you know what? I actually learned a lot at the same time. So I was glad that I tuned in because I learned a lot on top of.
So just like you said, to what you said, imagine them doing kind of historical deep dives on why the WWE Championship is important, on why AAA is important, on how they have a perfect opportunity to combat all the negative bad press that the Dark Side of the Ring TNA episodes give.
And I'll tell you what, I was going to say the WWE sickos, but the WWE fans, if you're telling the story and WWE wins at the end of the episode, they're going to eat it up anyway. Hey, we won at the end of the episode. Who cares if we had to do it a little dirty? I think it'd be fine. You're not going to turn away a WWE fan who's tuning into WWE radio already.
Probably
not. Like Hannibal said, it's a niche within a niche within a niche. If they're going to the trouble to turn it signing up for Sirius XM, and then dedicating time to listen to WWE radio, you're not going to turn them off by telling how Vince McMahon ate up all the smaller promotions to create the WWF. They know that story. They're fine with it.
And then Hulk Hogan slayed the dragon. Yes.
But before we move on to our next thing on the docket, I just want to say again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you everybody for watching. Please, again, make sure to stay tuned into this channel every Thursday, 5:30 Central. We are live for WrestleCollective Weekly and looking forward to the future. This Sunday, as sort of a kind of pre-show for Redemption, we have Queen's Road, which is our podcast dedicated to all things and everything women's wrestling. Very, very excited for this next episode. A lot has happened in the world of women's wrestling. We had Bailey get ricocheted off TV the other day, so I'm pretty sure that's something to talk about. And then, of course, we've had some new free agents on the market as of midnight. With Zelina Vega, what was it? Zoe, I want to say, one of them, Kari Sane. So, yeah, there's a lot to talk about. So, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Impact fans. You're about to get that roster. You know, a lot of people left. They're about to get that roster replenished.
So,
I'm not
Sunday.
Suggesting... Sorry, Jordan.
No, I was just going to say Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to check out Queen's Road. And also, if you are new here, a new subscriber, if you're a new viewer, and you would want to support the WrestleCollective, the best way to support the WrestleCollective is to check out that QR code, hit shopwc.com, buy yourself a shirt, buy yourself a sticker. We've got more merch coming on the way, so definitely please check that out. And that is one of the best ways to help support the collective. So if you want to help Advocate get a new mask, support the collective that way. If you want, let's get Grumpy a new LA hat for the show. They're all the same, but they're different. They're like, the cartoon characters, you know what I mean? Make sure to hit shopwc.com for some of the best wrestling merch you'll find and some of the cheapest.
And, I do want to get a brown one. I've been looking to get a brown one with the white logo.
so
and
please,
if you want
that is one
to get a haircut, don't worry, that money's not going to go towards that.
Oh!
Where those looks come from? Hello,
happy birthday!
Hey, we're 11 days late, but hey,
yeah, a little late. I was gonna say
we've got also, just while we're doing the plug-in, we've also got newest member of the collective, Lucy, is launching her new channel.
Yes, Lucy is newest member of and probably one of the most fun members of the collective in her short stint already, has launched a new channel. Hold on, if I can try to find it so I don't botch the name. Yes, it's Critical Hit Wrestling on YouTube. So make sure to go out, like, subscribe, definitely hit that notification bell for Critical Hit Wrestling. You are going to be seeing a lot of our faces on that channel. Lucy's doing a lot of fun stuff, wrestling-centered fun stuff. So, again, just want to shout out to her. Thank you for joining the collective. And
a lot of Brandon Cutler tracksuits.
A lot of Brandon Cutler tracksuits. So definitely check out Critical Hit Wrestling. And then also Saturdays, check out the Juice Box. I personally listen on Spotify because it's
everywhere where you listen to podcasts.
There are 2 Critical Hit Wrestling channels. You want
the one with the purple.
The one with the purple. The purple one.
That's right.
Yes. So the one with the purple, I'll make sure. Yes, it's going to be this one here. So definitely check out Critical Hit Wrestling featuring the one, the only Lucy. But moving forward, before we get into our predictions for Redemption, I wanted to ask you guys a question because my colleague Andrew he's been posing this question and he's been texting and been asking it. So I'm gonna ask you guys this: where is Swerve and Hangman? I feel like they are kind of missing off of this card. Like, and I'm not saying that they had like a big place in this card or anything like that, but like, man, for a new pay-per-view, you would think that maybe they put all their stars out, and I don't know.
I kind of disagree. I think this is a perfect chance to give a spotlight to a lot of stars that may not get on to the all-in card, or they will because they had a great performance at Redemption. But it's like, let's give this brand new pay-per-view a shine of Kenny Omega, Kevin Knight, and then you get 6 or 7 different guys in the ladder match, and you get the chain match with a bunch of different guys that may not normally get on a pay-per-view. So I kind of disagree. I think Swerve, Hangman, dare I say, someone else that was the former world champion could be at All In, but not at Redemption. And I think that's probably a good thing for the rest of the card.
And I will say, too, this Redemption...
I was thinking of the wrong one. Thank God.
All right. This Redemption pay-per-view, to me, is all about experimentation. This is about playing with the format, like who we're putting on pay-per-view, like trying different things, trying different times. Like, this is a lot of like low pressure. If the audience really is, if there's a hunger for 10 pay-per-views a year, if the audience really wants that. And I just think that what we've seen with this show is we've seen like AEW is trying things, and we'll see if it works. If it works, we'll have another Redemption next year. If not, then they'll just quietly take it off of the docket.
So I think there's a couple of things here. I think the first thing, which hasn't really been talked about very much, is that, for international audiences, we now buy our pay-per-views or have our pay-per-views on My AEW. And the way it works is that you don't pay for the pay-per-view. You have a monthly tier, which gives you a pay-per-view. Therefore, if you're not going to have a pay-per-view every 4 weeks, people are going to go up and down their subscriptions. Not saying they're going to end their subscriptions, because like the cheapest tier is like about $8, and that gets you like the live TV and the replays and the back catalogue. And the pay-per-view tier is like $10 more, gets you a PLE equivalent pay-per-view every month. If you're not having one every month, people will go, okay, next month there's no pay-per-view, I'm going to go down a tier and then hope they come back up for the next one. So I think that's one of the reasons why they're doing it. As to where Swerve and Hangman are, here's my honest answer. This is just my thoughts on it. Hangman is a top guy, but he can't fight for the world title. So he's going to go in, like you mentioned the other week, maybe the TNT title, maybe the international title. There's titles for him to go for, but at the moment, there's nowhere really for him to fit in. And Swerve is a top guy. He needs to be in the top of the card, fighting for the world title. Not necessarily becoming a champion right away, but what I mean is he's not slumming it in the mid card. He needs to be at the top of the card. Right now, with all the storylines they're doing, where does he fit in? So I just think there's no room right now for a Swerve. And that's the problem you get when you are a top guy and not just a mid to top tier guy. Swerve is like an MJF, in my opinion, a Moxley, probably a Hangman. He's someone that deserves to be at the top of the card. So right now, where does he fit in?
And he's already lost like 2 big matches. Like, he lost big match to Kenny.
You can't bring him back to lose again.
Yes.
So you wait for him. You wait for there to be that position. So I don't think. I think we will see Swerve probably at the end of All In.
This is my thing with Swerve, and I've been saying this, is they can't bring him back and do the same thing that they've done. Because they bring him back, they build him for 3 weeks, they make him look like a stud, and then he loses and goes away. They bring him back, they heat him up, he loses and goes away. They can't do these start-stops with Swerve anymore because the audience is going to not care anymore. I want Swerve to win. I want to see Swerve dominate. I want to see Swerve on top for an extended period. He's awesome. How could you not like watching Swerve? Don't build him up and then just fucking knock him down and he goes away. It's disappointing. It's really disappointing. And the other thing that I've been talking about a lot about, I say this all the time too, and you guys know this, someone needs to come in and really look strong, unifying the Continental and International again. Let's get that big belt back out for a while. Hangman can do that. Hangman is totally clear to do that. They promoted that. I know it was a prop for Kenny and Okada. There's no reason you can't reuse it. There's no reason you can't build a storyline around that belt. Hangman comes back, wins the C2, takes Moxley's Continental Championship. I think you could do a little bit of a replay of Mox and Hangman from last year's All In. And then Hangman turns around and goes after whoever's got the international belt. What if Okada has it again? Hangman and Okada? Sign me up, buddy. So, I mean, I keep harping on this. I want them to reunify those belts again and get a story out of that. I wanted Swerve to reunify those belts. It didn't happen. Now I think Hangman can do it.
So let's run through this card. I do want to quickly talk about the buy-in. I think it's kind of cool. They're doing a celebration of Rougeau wrestling. So I love how AEW is. They recognize the history of wrestling and how important the history of wrestling is, and so I love that they're going to Canada and paying homage and showing off, the history. So I predict. I don't think we'll see Big Boom AJ for the first time on a buy-in for a while. I don't know what's going to be on this buy-in exactly. They haven't really said anything. They just said it's a celebration.
Young. We still got time.
So they just said it's a celebration. So I don't know if it's going to exactly be, a match, or I'm pretty sure we'll have a match or two, but I'm not exactly sure what's in store. But let's start with the main card afterwards. And I'm just going to go in the order of which I have these. And so first, we've got Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley versus the Young Bucks. I think this is obviously leading to something. We saw the match on Wednesday with the tag and Moxley's expression. Juice, again, because we had to kind of go quick, so I know you kind of wanted to expand on some of these predictions, and that's another reason why I wanted to hear.
You just went and you did it anyway. We were running out of time.
I did. I know. I got to put myself over. I'm just kidding.
It is what it is. You make the most of your minutes.
What do you think of this match? What is your prediction? I know your prediction, and please, for the folks watching, I'm pretty sure they saw earlier, but tell us what you think.
Yeah, it just seems like there's going to be dissension between Will and Mox in some form or fashion, which will be interesting, assuming that Will ends up winning the world title. Will Mox be the first person that challenges him for it? That's something I would be looking into, especially considering Mox could lay claim to, hey, I helped build your ass up, and now you won the title. You probably should let me have a shot at it, So I think that kind of gets really going here with this match. The Young Bucks should win. I'll spoil it. I think Cope and Cage should win. Just get those two teams big wins when they have them on this show. Get them out of there healthy, and let's set up a huge match at Wembley Stadium. Whether that's ladder match or whatever. I don't care. Those are two legendary tag teams, and they should have at least one match together. Just like with Omega and Ospreay capitalizing on their third match, let's do this thing. Let's get this match happening while we have these guys willing and able. So, Young Bucks.
Grumpy, what do you think?
I hate that this match is on the card. The Young Bucks can't lose. Ospreay can't lose. That leaves Mox taking the pin, and he's like the only champion among the four. I hate that this match is on the card. And I got to disagree with Juice. The Bucks and Cope and Cage at All In is going to be a stinker. Those guys cannot bump. So what is that left to do? Unless they punch all the rest of the holes on their bump card for the rest of their careers, that match is just going to be lame and a waste of time.
Well, then you don't have to watch it. I will happily watch it.
It is. Grumpy is 100% wrong on that. It is not going to be lame. If the Young Bucks could give Sting one of the best matches of his career, certainly they can do that for Cope and Christian as well.
But Sting, Darby was there to take all of Sting's bumps. Darby took extra bumps to cover for Sting.
Well, then don't have Cope and Christian not take bumps. Let the Young Bucks be the ones that take the bumps. They're great at that.
All right, Advocate, tell me who. Give me. You got Mox and
we're talking
Will.
about a match that hasn't even been announced yet. Let's just go one match at a time for the card that actually is happening.
We're going. You got Mox and Will, or the Young Bucks. Hannibal, who you got?
Young Bucks to win. I think Ospreay's taking the pin. I think we are going to see. So I don't think the storyline is going to end yet with Will and the Death Riders. I see Will going into Wembley still associated with the Death Riders. I think that story is going to start concluding, or certainly progressing to more of a kind of split between the two parties as we go to All Out. But I think leading up, we're going to start to see some tension. We saw it start last night on Dynamite, and I think Ospreay is going to lose the match, and it's just going to further that tension with Death Riders. Ospreay losing a tag match when he's not part of a tag team makes no difference in terms of him winning at Wembley or, doubting himself. It's just a tag match. So it's fine.
Well, let's just go right. No, I'm gonna keep going in order. So this one you guys aren't gonna like. We have a no disqualification match. Painmaker Chris Jericho versus You Don't Know My Story. Tommaso, or no, excuse me, my Shadow Knows My Story. Tommaso Ciampa. I said it. I think this is Jericho's doing exactly what you want. Limited time on TV, a throwaway match on a pay-per-view that isn't very important, doesn't hold too many stakes in it. This is exactly what everybody was clamoring for Jericho to do, and now all of a sudden nobody has anything to say about Jericho. It's almost like wrestling fans are fickle. Juice, what do you think?
I think this is the is this the first time Painmaker is in AEW?
No, he wrestled Nick Gage.
Well, it will be the last time the Painmaker is in AEW. So give me Ciampa to
win. Grumpy, who you got?
This is another match I hate that's on the card.
To answer our questions earlier, Grumpy will be the definite person that says, I will be not watching this show. I will be watching All In, however.
Right. That was our question earlier.
He looks goofy in that face paint. He looks like a juggalo. I hate that this match is on the card. I hope this is Jericho's last pay-per-view match ever.
Like it more.
And I hate that Tommaso has to do this with him.
Look here, you purist normie. Don't you ever besmirch the name of I was kidding.
No, we here at the WrestleCollective respect the Juggalo community and all of its,
Fuck the Juggalo community.
Again, just as a side note, because this is funny to us, but being called a purist normie, not the worst N-word I've ever been called. All right, Hannibal, what do you think?
Look, I was hating Jericho for a long time before it was cool to do it like the cool kids are. You know what? The one thing I will say about this is, Ciampa, I think, has already demonstrated that he can pull out a decent match out of anyone, and I don't think their last match was terrible at all. I think it was, for Jericho at 67 to have a match like he did with Ciampa. I think that's a testament to how good Ciampa is. I think this could be a sleeper. I don't think it's going to be like match of the night or anything. Don't get me wrong, but I think this will end up being. I think this will end up being better than people give it credit for. But I see Ciampa winning. I don't think Jericho's going to go over in Montreal.
Advocate?
I disagree. I think Jericho is going to go over in Montreal because Ciampa won the first one, so this is Jericho getting his lick back. I don't like the Painmaker character. I'm very much on the record of thinking that this is dumb. That being said, I'm not that down on the match. I thought the match they had on Dynamite a couple weeks ago was pretty good. I liked it. So I think this match, will be a more violent version of that match. And I'm here for it. But I think Jericho's winning.
I got Jericho winning and Jericho blading too. So
both of them are going to blade.
Yeah. Next up, we have the AEW International Championship #1 contenders ladder match. Jack Perry versus Beast Mortos versus Commander versus Speedball Mike Bailey, and 2 more to be announced. I imagine we'll get those 2 entrants on Saturday on Collision.
Aren't there elimination matches set up for them?
Are there? I haven't been too locked in.
I don't remember who's going. It should be El Clone though. Put El Clone in this match, bro.
I think El Clone is in the match.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Yes. All right.
Oh, I was hoping it was going to be Saturday was going to be a new day, but maybe Saturday's just going to be a regular day.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Not yet.
Every day is a new day, Hannibal.
Because at the end of the day gonna end. No, who y'all got? Like, this kind of a wash. Anybody. I think everybody that's in this outside of like maybe Beast Mortos, is kind of positioned to possibly win. Like, I could see Speedball winning because they are in Canada. Even though I don't think, I personally don't think he will.
By the way, Speedball winning.
Speedball?
Well,
I could.
Speedball is from Montreal as well.
He's from Montreal. He's from. He's French Canadian.
So I could see, but everything is pointing towards Jack Perry for me. So, Advocate, you got Speedball. Hannibal, who you got?
Yeah, I think we don't know where the match is taking place, right?
No.
So if it was going to be for All In, I could see it being Speedball, just because I imagine that he would get a great reaction over in England. But I think it's going to be a toss-up between Speedball and Jack Perry.
Grumpy. And then we'll pass it over to Juice.
It's #1 contender for the international, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. If it were for the TNT, I'd say Speedball 100%. But for the international, I'm going to go Jack Perry.
Juice?
Yeah. I tend to agree. Jack Perry has some history in Wembley Stadium, if we all recall. So I think he would get a somewhat of a warm welcome there. But either way, I think he would walk in. And I think look, again, I don't care what the card is. If you gave me, there's going to be 9 or 10 matches on a card and didn't say what any of the matches were, not to say that would I buy the show, but if I were to watch that show going into it, I would probably be like, well, I'm at least intrigued. I'm sure it'll be good. And I'm sure that no doubt I would be entertained. And now you look at this card for in the middle of the road where some of this stuff is predictable card, ladder match, double chain match, no holds barred, a lot of interesting stuff on here. And it's the prelude to their biggest show of the year. So I'm excited. 6-way ladder match. Come on.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a banger.
Love it.
Speaking of the double chain match, we got a double chain match. Jay White, Juice Robinson versus the Dogs. This match is made for the Bang Bang Gang to win. I've got the Bang Bang Gang winning. Juice, who you got?
Come on. What am I not going to go against my namesake here? I think it's all said and done here. I think we got the Bang Bang Gang going over, and probably a very, very violent match. We talked about earlier how, maybe, where's Hangman and Swerve or MJF? Like, where's the stars on this show? Bro, giving Jay White, Juice Robinson, David Finlay, and Clark Connors a double chain match on a pay-per-view, you don't think those guys are going to maximize the 15, maybe 20 minutes they're going to have? They're going to make something memorable out of what time. This might be the only pay-per-view some of these guys get on for a while. You don't think they're going to go above and beyond? So I'm very much looking forward to this as well. I think the Bang Bang Gang are going to win.
I want to see David Finlay wrap a chain around the shillelagh.
I'm sure. Well, you might get barbed wire around the shillelagh. You might get a lot of stuff. Anything could happen in the World Wrestling Federation.
Advocate, who you got in this double chain match?
The Bang Bang Gang. The dogs are jobbers. I was like, they couldn't win a match if it was for the world title at Bash at the Beach 2000.
Wow.
Hannibal and then Grumpy. Bang Bang Gang. Grumpy, who you got?
I'm disappointed in all of you. My beautiful Clark Connors is pulling out the win.
Ooh, I'm Clark Connors. I'm handsome, and I'm dating Thekla.
Doesn't mean
he's got the best hair. He's got the best sunglasses. He's got the best music. He's got the best pants.
He ain't won a match yet.
That's besides the point.
He's dating Thekla. He's won enough.
Yeah, he's won enough. He's won at life.
Yeah,
he's due for a big win.
We have the AEW TBS Championship. We got Carl Sheeta, versus Maya World. Sheeta's taking this home. I'm sorry. Love Maya World. Love this ascension that she's had. But Sheeta's taking this home. Advocate, what do you think?
I'm going with Maya World on this one. Mostly because I'm not a Sheeta fan, and I didn't want her to win that belt. Don't want her to hold it for long. I feel like Maya World, she didn't get to get the all-in title match, but I think that winning the TBS title is a good consolation prize. You got to play the hot hand, in my opinion, and she's the hot hand right now.
Juice.
I think so as well. I think it's, across the board, it's going to be a retain.
Grumpy, then Hannibal.
This match is going to bang. I'm really looking forward to this one, but the best is Sheeta, and her story is far from done with this. Sorry, Advocate.
It's not even the right syllables. It's not the TBIS championship.
Hannibal, excuse me.
Yeah, it's 1:30 in the UK, and you're the one that's messing up.
Right. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Look, I like Maya World, but no, you're smoking crack if you think that she's taking that belt home. She's hot right now, and I think it's good to see her improvement. She's not ready for that belt yet. And if she was to win it, she wouldn't make it to Wembley. So I'd rather just let Sheeta keep it for a few more weeks.
Sheeta ain't making it to Wembley either, brother. Unless they had a casino gauntlet.
I think you're right. I don't think Sheeta is, but I don't think dropping it to Maya World to only lose it again in like weeks would do anything for her. So, nah.
Well, I don't think they're going to have a TBS title match on the show.
So, in the interest of time, we're just going to run through these because we got to get to some rankings, guys. So, Mark Davis, Andrade, who you got?
Andrade.
Yeah. All righty. How you know? International championship match. Protostar versus Bandito. Who you got?
Bandito, baby. I don't care if he's lost every match on pay-per-view this year. I'll never stop believing in you, Bandito.
Bandito. I think Advocate might be right on this one. It's time, as Bruce Buffer would say.
I got Kyle Fletcher. Juice.
I'm actually.
I would be shocked if Bandito won this. I think the fact that everyone's banned from ringside is meaning something is up, but I'm going to say Kyle Fletcher retains and walks into Wembley as champion.
Grumpy?
I'm going to go with Bandito as well. I
love you, Grumpy. You're the best.
I think Okada's going to, he's pissed at Fletcher, and he's going to make sure that Fletcher doesn't walk out with that belt.
We got the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Cope and Christian versus Pac and Claudio Castagnoli. I think we're all in agreement. Yeah, Cope. Everybody can say Cope and Christian here. Like I don't think anybody's going with the Death Riders. I think that's an easy foregone
from this.
We got the AEW Women's World Championship, Tekla versus Willow Nightingale. I've got Tekla. There's no way you don't have her walking into Wembley without that belt. She's Tekla 2 belts, as everybody's kind of saying now. I got Tekla.
I got Willow.
Willow? Okay. Willow? Okay. Hannibal's going Willow as well. Grumpy?
Tekla. AEW fans don't give a shit about that heel versus face trope. We just want to see a good match. You can have a heel versus heel, and it's still going to be an amazing match. Tekla.
Oh, no. Like, it's going to
be
no
disrespect to Willow either. No, I want to clarify. No disrespect to Willow, but
it's going to be a 3-way because everyone wants to see Willow, and everyone.
What I was going to say, that I don't think any of that matters. I think they're going to try to, approve everything, get everybody happy by putting all 3 of them in a match. So whether it's a non-finish or what have you, I think you're going to get that triple threat. But just for the sake of the show, Tekla, because she rules.
And lastly, we've got the AEW Men's World Heavyweight Championship match. Kenny Omega versus Kevin Knight. Come on. It's
been a good run. It's been a good run.
The Jet's going to do it. He's going to beat that old man into the ground. Dusty, crusty ass old Kenny Omega. We believe in Jet supremacy here. The Jet's going all the way.
My God, Omega is not losing that belt. And he's walking out of Wembley still champion too, by the way. He's retaining.
Well, it's going to be a very interesting card. But in our last about 10, 15 minutes here, thank you, Hannibal, we are going to rank some of the world's wrestling's ugliest belts. Oh, all right. Let's just get right into it. We ran a little long, so we're going to still do this because I think it's a great segment. So we have all-time great, really good, solid, meh, stinks, and then jealous of Stevie Wonder.
Oh, God.
So what is
going to be pretty full with these that you picked.
You can see.
I'm going to defend a lot of these. I got to be honest.
Well, let's do it. So producer man, let's go with the first one. Let's do the AEW women's, the first AEW women's world title. I hate it. I say stinks.
It was
I just don't think
it looked like it came out of a Cracker Jack box. It stinks.
Yeah, it is really tiny. Yeah. Oh, brother, this belt stinks.
Yeah, no. So we're going stinks. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, next. I can't see exactly which one it is.
Is there any way to pull them up into a?
I think this is the vegan belt. I think this is Daniel Bryan's vegan belt.
I'll help guide you guys here if it's a little too small. Yes, this is the Bryan, the Daniel Bryan hemp belt.
Oh, the cardboard bread.
Eco-friendly.
Whoa! I ain't gonna lie. I think this is really good. I think it's really good. I'm sorry. I think that's good.
I love the vegan belt.
So my friend actually is vegan and he has that belt. He bought it when it went on sale, and it's apparently worth a lot of money now because it was such a short run.
Oh yeah, very tiny run.
Looks really nice as well in real life. So no, for me, I'd say that's really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go really good.
I also think really good. I like unique championships catered to whoever's holding them. I'm
and
a
also as
for
well,
that,
it looks like it still looks like the normal belt,
right?
But also doesn't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
We've seen worse, as we're about to talk about.
Sure.
Oh yeah, we've definitely seen
So really
worse. Yes.
I gotta lean in and squint for these.
Oh no,
these
this
are
one. I know what this. I've recognized them because I set this up.
Yes.
So now we have the Edge Signature Series Intercontinental title.
Yeah,
it was not.
Now wait a second. Are these some of these are like shop exclusive belts that were never utilized on TV? So that's where I can't really hate on that.
Taking some of these, not just the regular titles, but also the shop exclusives. You know,
okay.
You know,
because objectively, I think those are
in the bin.
Horrific. They weren't good enough to be on TV. So to me, they're
Yeah, I'm not. I like the colors. I don't like the design. I find that very stinky.
Hold on, I'm going to give you guys a bit of if I can go where I can share my screen.
Are you gonna put them up on the big screen?
Well, I wanted to try to show you. Oops.
That's Advocate.
That's
there we go. That's Advocate.
Jealous of Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, I would say jealous of Stevie Wonder on this one. Yeah, no, this one is not.
I don't know. Again, it's tough for me to grade belts that I never saw on TV. And to me, there's a reason they weren't on TV. They had a lot of faith that the vegan title would work, and it did. So we liked it. But this Bray Wyatt one coming up, they would never put that on TV.
So
maybe they would have. I don't know.
Hold on, if I can. Oh, I can't add it to the stage because I was going to show the big version of that belt, so you guys can get a. But I say, if you've seen it and you know what it looks like, it's terrible. I say, jealous of Stevie Wonder. It's okay. You guys remember Edge's famous gear, the blue and the white? It's literally what he won the title in the first time. You don't remember his gear? What?
Nah.
Yeah, the blue with the blue with the it was blue trunks with like kind of white flames. Yeah.
I would say the blue blue tights, white, because it was his old gear, right?
Yes.
When right after Brood, where you still had those flames, different colors, but I guess blue and white from the maple leaves.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I think out of last collector belts, this was honestly
wasn't that the last gear he had against Sheamus?
Yes,
or similar.
Yes.
Next,
I think this is if this can go below Jealous of Stevie Wonder, I would make it below. I think I absolutely hate this time. Yeah, create its own. Yeah, just put the Fiend.
One of the worst belts in history.
It is literally one of the worst belts that I've ever had the displeasure of seeing in my life. I absolutely hate this belt. The Fiend belt is terrible. I'm sorry, it's terrible.
Yeah. All right, what's the
Juice? You said you're
no disrespect that one. No disrespect to those who aren't with us anymore.
Yeah, of course.
There's a reason again that this was never. There's a reason this was never on TV. However, the lantern, all that stuff was on TV.
It was on TV.
Was it on TV?
Yes. It was in the Firefly Funhouse.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, still sucks.
Because remember, he walked out with it around his neck or something like that. Yeah,
man, that's a blur to me.
But before we get onto this next one, to keep the theme going, there's another face belt that we got going.
The Jeff Hardy belt.
We're
gonna go
to the theme belt.
Yeah, that one's terrible too. But I will say there's a black version. There's a blackstrap version that looks better than the purple strap. Still terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Well, because they reworked the artwork as well.
Still looks terrible. Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder, or do we want to put it with the Fiend?
For Stevie Wonder's eyes only.
I feel.
I'm gonna go Stevie Wonder.
I feel the Fiend is its own category for a reason.
All right, Stevie Wonder then.
Fiend.
All right, this next one, Juice, defend it because I love this belt.
You're out of your fucking mind. It's not even it's a belt, but it's not even a belt. So in 91, this title was a replacement for the big gold when Flair took it to WWF. and they did not get a new title belt, which, by the way, that eventual title from 92 to 95, the one that Ron Simmons won, Sting, Luger, and Vader held, that's my favorite title design ever. But at Great American Bash 91, where they said, well, we have nothing else to do, Dusty Rhodes brought up a title belt from Championship Wrestling from Florida, and then they slapped a nameplate on it and said, here you go, Lex. This is your world title. It's dog shit.
Juice.
Now that
you
told me about
shit.
that, I think the fact that these next two are next to each other, I think that's great.
Are very apropos. I like
Juice.
the belt, man. I'm gonna go meh at the very least.
Okay. Yeah.
Juice, is that belt what they use for the galoops?
Oh God, the Galoob belt was generic as hell, though. It was just WCW. That belt I would take over this belt.
Okay.
But my favorite's the Globe one. The Globe, you guys have all seen that one, the one that Ron Simmons had. And that's my personal favorite title belt, I think, in all of wrestling history, but we're not going to see that belt on this list.
Maybe we can thread the needle and put it in Stinks somewhere between.
Yeah, I would say it stinks because
I would say
they had nothing else. They had to figure out something. Otherwise, there is no belt on this show.
It stinks is fine. Yeah, I can go.
It's
with
hindered
it
by its story. All things being equal, it's a pretty badass belt. The way it looked on Ron Simmons, I would give it a solid.
Well, no. The title that is presented was a makeshift title. They ended up doing the better design that lasted for 3 years. This is literally a title that Dusty brought from his old promotion and slapped a thing on it and said, "Here you go. This is the world title."
For a second, I thought this was the old Hogan WWF title belt.
No. It looks kind of. It's
looks
the similar
though.
frame.
You see? Yeah.
Speaking of slapping things on, you guys remember when TNA was Global Force and then back to Impact, and they had to slap the big Impact logo over the Global Force? Yeah, put this in. Yeah, put this in Jealous of Steve. That one is bad to me. I'm sorry. Anytime, because the reason why is because it was so visually clear that it was a sticker.
What championship is this? Do we know what championship
this is?
The
world title.
The world title.
Oh my God.
So
LA Knight had it, or Eli Drake.
Lineage.
Yeah.
I'm having to look up all these on my phone so I can see what they look like. But yeah, it looks like they just put a sticker on it. Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, they did. They 100% just put an Impact sticker over the belt, and because remember they commissioned and made all Global Force titles. Because remember the Global Force color scheme was like green and bluish and things like that.
Helps. I can.
So we're only ranking ugly belts, right? Because I'm like, I don't see any belts I like in this thing.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
I tried to go with World Tie first. Some of them being decent looking, while others looking like shit.
I'm sorry, but this one, Jealous of Steve, that one's bad. Anytime you slap a logo,
anytime you have to put a sticker on a belt, it's not a good thing.
But
it's not a good thing.
We have the greatest $1 million champion up next. With the $1 million
hey, say what you want. Hey, put that at the top. The $1 million title.
No, bro, that belt sucks.
I love that belt. Oh, now I can't unsee.
We need to ask a very important question here to Advocate, knowing his bias. Are you saying that because of the man holding it, or for the belt itself?
No, I didn't even realize. I couldn't see that was LA Knight holding it. You should put it next to the Fiend then.
I think it's probably solid. I wouldn't say it's really good. I think it's better than meh.
Because I think we have very diverse opinions here.
I swear to God,
I think it's solid.
I thought that was Damian Sandow.
Fuck you.
I thought it was solid. I think it's solid.
We can't see. What's the next one?
The next one is the Lay Cool Split women's.
Really cool.
I loved this title.
I was debating between this and the Stephanie McMahon commemorative women's title.
Oh my God.
That one's also not bad.
Enough with these commemorative titles. I can't. They made it to look cool, and then one person bought it, and then that was it. And they never sold it.
For me, put this at the top because I love the fact that they literally they split the title down the middle.
Yeah,
so you're up at all time great. That's what
it's interesting. It's unique. I'd put it really good.
Yeah, I can say really good. I'm not having all time great. That's just too far.
I can deal with really good.
I don't know if we'll ever see an all-time great on this particular group of belts down there.
Oh, yeah, the Glow Championship.
There's one that I like.
Oh, boy, that stinks.
Yeah, the Gold Championship stinks. I'm sorry, it stinks.
That's terrible.
It stinks. That one was not good. Like, it was a good idea in theory, and then like the lights turn on, and you're like, oh.
My only problem with this and even the Daniel Bryan one is just like the design of the WWE title is kind of, I'm over it at this point. It's been what, since 2014 since they came up with it. I'd like something a little less
I think the
obvious.
Context of when these words is like 2017, 18. This is 19, so it wasn't as, like ingrained yet as it is now.
Yeah.
Next, I would say this one may go into Fiend category. The New Japan.
The world
is it?
title.
Yeah, jealous of Stevie Wonder. This is the worst New Japan belt. They've got so many bad belts.
Yeah,
it's literally a TV.
Does that say NJPW World on it though?
Yes,
it does.
It's the New Japan World TV title.
I think that's fire. It looks like a TV. Yeah. I'm going to say meh.
I'm personally in Camp Juice here. I would actually put it in solid, but
the fact that Jordan's like, it looks like a TV, and I'm like, brilliant. That's amazing.
Like the old school 70s analog television.
Let's do it. I'd put it at meh. I think it's good, but it's not great, and it's not solid.
They didn't even center NJPW.
No.
Well, you can center it in the meh part of the list.
Meh, okay. Meh is okay. I can live with meh.
Yeah, I think it's half and half here.
Thank you.
All right, let's keep going.
Now, oh boy.
Oh, mother of God. Now we got some wild stuff coming up here.
Yeah, the Fiend. Yeah, but the only reason why it's because you have Hulk's face, then you have Kevin Nash's face on one side, and then you have Scott Hall's face on the other side.
It'd be different if I could see them, but I can only see Hogan. And even though it's been a year, it'll be a year tomorrow since he passed, I'm still not giving him any benefit of the doubt.
If you see the whole,
Jordan, you put anything on the grill?
Am I putting something on the grill
Tomorrow?
Is water wet? Is water wet?
He's smoking that Balea pack tomorrow.
What? Terry too, first and last. No, I'm sorry. Like, it's a good idea in theory, like an NWO belt, but dude, all you had to do is just they have the perfect NWO belt. They have it.
Gold with the spray paint.
That's it.
They're already made that. That's my problem with some of these commemorative belts is like they're trying to capture something that was already captured in the time that it happened. Like the NWO over the big gold was the title that defined that whole thing. You don't need to make one after that. I don't get it.
No, it's rough.
Nah. The CM Punk primitive belt, I'm sorry. I'm going to say meh.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm going to say jealous of Stevie Wonder only because, like, with the fist and the lightning bolt,
it looks like a spinner belt. I can't
does
even
it
lie.
Spin? Does it?
It is the spinner belt. I think it does.
No, it needs to go down in the very bottom. Then all spinner belts.
I mean, I say jealous of Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. Again, I'm really not a big fan of the commemorative belt thing.
Oh,
he never wore that.
You put Sol Ruka's, man. That's good. That's really good. I'm sorry, because she actually did that. She painted that.
Did you see what it sold for at auction?
How much?
I think it crossed 10K.
I can see that. I'm sorry.
Well,
that's
El Grande
really
Americano's mask sold for 5 times that. So,
damn.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's cool. Is that the North American? It's tough to see this.
Yes.
I like. To be fair, I think the North American title was one of the coolest designs WWE's ever put forth.
Ever had. Yes. Absolutely.
So I'm kind of on board. Now we're talking. Look at this, zoomed in. Who would have thought? Although we got this. Don't download that PDF.
I am not downloading the PDF. Guys, do not download the PDFs, please.
I'm going to go personally.
Solid.
Yeah, solid or really good?
No, solid. I'm not putting it really good. It's really good. Those two stand out as incredibly unique titles. I'm not putting this up there. Solid.
Yeah, Fair enough. Yeah. The Divas title, jealous of Stevie Wonder. Fucking hated that belt.
Trash.
Oh my God, I hate that.
But it defined an era where women's wrestling was not anything, and now it's kind of revered as look at what these girls did with given nothing. So I would say stinks.
You know what? I will say stinks only simply because it's not on the level of bad for those other ones, and it did define an era because of what the belt means. Yeah.
I also, when I see this belt, I think of Barbies, and I've seen those Barbies that have like the Divas logo, and I'm like, that's a way to get to young girls to watch the product, and like, this I don't know, that's like a thing.
This belt looks like it was designed for someone who likes to wear like the Juicy Couture, like pink flowy pants.
1,000%.
Yeah.
This looks like a belt made for somebody who has the Von Dutch hat.
Take the writing away from it, and it looks like an image from a sex ed book.
Oh, it does look like a gooch.
Oh wow.
Well, thank you, Hannibal. Now I can't.
Thank you for explaining it without saying it, but okay.
I think Hannibal that you put that in jealous. Let's move on.
All
to
right.
Penny.
The copper pennies. So here's the thing.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go with solid.
No.
In hindsight, those are solid.
No,
I know
I got
what
back.
you're talking about.
What's wrong with you?
I'm back in
I'm
Jordan
gonna
on
say
this.
solid
I would
because we've never seen
Bron.
We've never seen that.
Well, we've never seen a quarter as a title either, but I don't think we were wanting that.
You know, hold on, Jordan. I think I have a great idea. You might like this. What if they do a title belt where you put like 3 of the stuff from the Raw and SmackDown tag belts? You take 3 of those plates, you put in the machine, and you do like you roll it around so it comes out like a long.
Oh, so you got a decorative type quarter or decorative penny?
Yup.
No, I'm not going to the zoo.
And the X-ray of the gooch.
Oh my God!
I would give this one a match.
Yeah, I'm going. If it's not solid, I'm going meh.
If it had been gold, it would be solid.
I'll accept it as a meh, but I mean, I when I saw them.
I didn't expect that we were going to put this above the.
Stinks or meh. I'm okay. I think it's solid, but I can understand why people don't like it. Because see, I see those titles and I think Usos. I think when they were, you know what I'm saying, the face paint and whatnot. It defined an era.
Didn't care about tag team wrestling.
That was really bad, Slick.
Yeah, an era where WWE still doesn't care about tag team wrestling.
So do we want to put it in Matt? Do we believe it's better than all 3?
You can put it in Matt. It's fine. It's not the worst belt I've seen on this list.
Yeah, it's fine.
I would say though, but now I'm kind of reconsidering the women's title because I'm like, I do like the women's title better than that tag title.
So then the Divas.
No, not the Divas. The AEW women's title. The mini belt. You can keep it where it's at. I won't hold us up.
Okay, I could see where you're saying, man, but all right, is this the East? No, this is Tommy Dreamer's.
Dreamer.
Man. I'm going really good. That's unique.
Really good?
Really good.
It's a license plate, Juice.
Thank you. I have a car. Yeah, really good. It's unique. It's unique, exactly, but it's unique, and it fit that hardcore thing.
There's millions of license plates,
but there's only one license plate title.
For its uniqueness, I will go solid.
One Gooch title.
I'll be honest. I go solid.
You know what, Juice?
You can't even see it. You got a mask on.
Juice is, yeah, you've convinced me.
Don't you worry about me, Juice. I can see a bad belt.
All right. The inspiration for this.
I'm sorry. Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder.
No, that's not gold. It pops. I love the white strap.
If the penny belt is mad, then this is certainly
the font looks like someone drew on it with crayon. I don't like it.
This is the belt.
This is a disrespect to the United States by God Championship.
Thank you. It's got fur. Yeah. No,
I would say stinks at best.
You guys are wrong. That belt is the best belt on this list. It looks amazing.
Oh my gosh, no.
The majority lands with stinks, so it goes stinks.
All right, what else?
Your favorite, Jordan.
The Fiend. The reason why this AAA signature belt is bad.
Top of the list.
It's because Dude, it's got the denim and the leather jacket part on it. No,
if he had this title in the well, you're out of your mind because you can't desecrate the big gold belt.
You're the WCW enthusiast. How are you fine with them putting denim in an iron cross on the big gold?
Yeah, it's ever so slightly racist.
Outside of that point,
down there, then Iron Cross. I didn't do that.
I again, the desecration of the big gold is kind of frustrating. My only thing is, I would put it in Stevie Wonder. If he were to wear this, I think it would have looked great with his denim all over get up, but he never wore it. So Stevie Wonder.
He could have worn it to the clan meetings.
No.
God!
We don't put
all right,
fabric
so are
on
we Stevie or
my
Phoebe?
mic on.
We don't.
He could have worn it going into WrestleMania 19.
Play button.
Nasty.
Here we go.
I ain't gonna lie.
Here we go.
The speed title is solid. The speed title is solid.
You're out of your fucking board. The 24/7 title is better than the speed title.
Nah.
It's
keep that shit downstairs.
I would put it.
The fact that
here's my
speed meter.
Well, I would rather it just be that instead of a big plastered speed on it. Like it's like okay, we get it. Yeah, but if it was just a meter, it would be kind of solid. But it has this junk on it in the front, overtelling the people what it is because they insult the audience.
The title has to explain itself that bad.
Impact World title.
A speedo, then no, it's no good.
Get it out of here.
Stinks. Jealous.
Or
I think it's fine and Stinks.
Disgusting.
Yeah, Stinks is.
And then last but not least, this is representative of the whole crew, but I thought it was very apropos to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh God,
solid.
I don't know if anybody will ever hold that title, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't. So I'm gonna wrap this one up in all of the crew, the team titles. So not just the Jackson.
Everybody has them,
I don't like the team titles. I don't like the NBA does Juice. You should look at the FIFA one. Oh my God, it's bad.
The FIFA World Cup one is the worst belt I've ever seen.
I don't like them. I say jealous of Stevie Wonder because it's just I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
It's loud. It makes no sense to anything. Like there's no association here.
Good for them to capitalize on this type of thing, but I thought this always worked. Well, again, for fans, it's fine, but I thought it always worked best when a champion of someone of a sport won, and they just gave him a WWE title to show that it's WWE instead of like, let's give you this specific team. We know what team you're on, bro.
I kind of respect the balls of giving Tony Khan a WWE belt.
I would love to see it.
They didn't. Like they mocked that up, and then it went up for pre-order, and then immediately came down.
The Khans actually pulled it from.
It's never been released.
I respect the hustle. I would put this at a solid meh.
I could either Stinks or meh.
See,
it looks quite nice next to the Roman belt.
There are other NFL teams that this would look amazing. The Ravens being one of them. Maybe the Raiders. There are other NFL teams that belt would fucking rock. So
the Cowboys haven't even been in an NFC title game since I was 3. So let's just hold your horses.
Bookmark that. I will see you in November, Juice.
Well, November is when they play like week 8. So I don't talk to me in January where they play the NFC title game because they won't.
No. When I say November, because we'll be like at least what
regular season champs, and that's all you'll be.
7 wins. You know what?
What does that get you? What does that get you? Nothing. Playoffs.
Well, the playoffs. So this is our official ranking of ugly belts. If you have an ugly belt that you want to see,
I love how nothing got to all-time great.
Nothing.
So, which do we think is worse?
Oh, the Fiend belt is absolutely the worst.
Probably the Fiend belt because the NWO, at least the NWO stuff's cooler than the Fiend stuff. I'm sorry, and I like the Fiend. I like horror stuff, but the NWO clears it. I'm sorry. It's the 30th anniversary.
They're all pretty bad, to be fair. top to bottom.
Oh yeah, none of them are good. Clearly,
they're all.
What do you mean none of them are good? We have 2 and really good.
Really good.
Well, this is our ranking of some of the worst title designs that we could find. If you got one that's even worse, drop it in the comments, drop it in the DMs. Maybe we'll do another one of these. Juice, sorry to keep you a little bit long. We hope to bring you back. We love having you here, Juice, on the show. You are a fantastic guest. You are a fantastic get. Where can people find you?
Everybody can argue with me at Juicy Steen. Find out who quotes my tweets, and then I don't say anything about it. So let's talk wrestling. We got Redemption this week, and I love live tweeting the shows. It's a good time, good fodder. So appreciate you guys having me on here. I hope that I didn't take Lucy's place. I like Lucy, and I'd like all of us to be on the show at some point. But I noticed she wasn't here, and I am. So I don't want to. I don't want to replace Great with Mid.
No. Oh, I am. Because she asked about you. She loves you, by the way. You guys, I'm planning an episode to have you guys both on at the same time.
Cool.
So thank you.
Juice, in all honesty, it's that we can't have more than one Brit at a time on the show. So it was my.
Well, you had 2 guys with masks on. You had 2 guys with green hats on.
We can want to give a special quick thank you to Hannibal. It is very late where he's at. He's probably he's falling asleep as we speak. So want to everybody thank Hannibal for staying up with us. We went a special episode, went a little bit long today, but definitely want to thank everybody for liking, subscribing, and tuning into the channel. Again, thank you, Juice, for joining us. Welcome back, Advocate. It's great to have you back. The vibes are up. The vibes are great. So for Advocate, for yes, for Advocate, for Grumpy, for Hannibal, and once again, thank you, Juice. We are the Wrestle Collective. This has been the Wrestle Collective Weekly Podcast. We will see you next week, Thursday, 5:30 Central, and please tune into Queens Road this Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. We will see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, this is the Wrestle Collective.